Koreans love to drink. And boy, am I Korean. Pick your poison. Makgeolli, Korean rice wine. Mekju, Korean beer. Soju, whatever soju is made of. Koreans love drinking so much, it's been a fully integrated and revered part of our culture for more than 650 years. The social importance and rituals can be traced back to 14th century Confucian scholars. Do you know what that means? It means Koreans perfected the art of getting drunk more than 200 years before the invention of bottled beer. Offer a drink with both hands, turn your head and cover your mouth. Never turn down a drink offered to you by an elder. To ignore these traditions is a sign that you either don't know or don't respect the heritage and legacy of Korea's drinking culture. And Koreans follow the rules. Well, the Koreans who know the rules anyway. So what if, like me, you're a Korean adoptee, raised in a non-Korean household with burgers, not bibimbap, in Southern California, not Seoul? And what if, like me, you have a problem with drugs and alcohol? My road to sobriety stripped me bare. It dismantled my personality and changed how I view the world. Every self-discovery I made before my sobriety, the torturous work of coming to terms with being queer, the peace I made with my adoption, the identity I built and inhabited for more than 2 decades, is any of that still true without drugs and alcohol? Am I actually funny or just a jerk? Do I know what it means to be Korean? Does this steady stream of anonymous hookups actually make me happy? Does Coke really taste better than Pepsi? Why do I think I look good with a goatee? So I make a decision. I decide I'm going to be an active Korean. No, a super active Korean. If I can refocus my energy and immerse myself in my birth culture, I can put distance between me and my addiction to drugs and alcohol. Language classes, a trip to the homeland, Korean American groups and associations, even a networking event full of Korean tech bros. Do I work in tech? No. But maybe my future husband does. My Koreanness and I were finally getting reacquainted, reunited after the forced separation caused by my adoption and the self-separation caused by my addiction. 또 왔습니다. I was back. I was home. But anyone familiar with addiction knows that the road to sobriety rarely has just one stop. It was around the 4th or 5th time that I got sober, and I'm out with a group of influential Korean Americans and a few South Korean government officials. Remember, this guy is now a super Korean. It's Icha, the after dinner drinks portion of the night. Dinner was wonderful, conversation was flowing. I look around me and I feel Korean. That is, until I turn down a shot of soju. 진짜요? Really? You won't drink? Don't you think you're making everyone uncomfortable? I'm stunned, I'm embarrassed. I look at the dozen men sitting around me, shots in hand, waiting, judging. My old reflexes kick in. I laugh nervously and summon my most convincing deferential smile and say, okay, and reach for the shot glass. You know, looking back, I wish I could have stood firm in my sobriety, assuredly unbound by the rules and regulations of a culture I was just beginning to understand. But that night, I couldn't stand definitively in my sobriety. And as the chatter of the bar brought everyone back into their own world, distracting their attention from my embarrassing mishap, my mind races. And as the group turns their head and tilts their chins, I make a decision. Splash! I pour out the shot underneath the table, praying that it makes it to a place on the unoccupied place on the floor. Whew. Sobriety maintained. More embarrassment avoided. Except the shot doesn't quite make it to the floor. and I now look like I peed my pants. I wish I could say this was the last time that I did something awkward and embarrassing to avoid drinking, and it wasn't the last time that I questioned if I could be Korean and sober, social and sober, queer and sober, me and sober. But over time, things got easier, and I learned that I could be all these things and more. And this year, I celebrated 11 years of sobriety.